Regionalism is development of institutionalized cooperation among states and other actors on the basis of regional contiguity as a feature of the international system, which means they have the same identity at the one region. Regionalism has various dimensions and term needs to be clarified. The term regionalization is used to refer growth of the societal integration within the region and used to usually direct social and economical interactions. Regionalization is growing interdependence between geographically contiguous states as in the European Union, Asian, and etc. There are various dimensions and dynamics in regionalism, such as economic, social, culture, political, and security. In this world, there are 7 regions consisting of America, Africa, Asia, Asia-Pacific, Eurasia, Europe, and the Euro-Atlantic. And in this video, we are focusing on regionalism in Asia. The first post-war organizations, notably the 1954 Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, or SEATO, was a response to the demand that Southeast Asian area must be protected against communist expansionism. SEATO was a form of multilateral cooperation between countries in the Southeast Asian region. Regionalism can be implemented both through bilateral and multilateral relations. The bilateral relationship involves 2 countries in the same region to achieve a common goal. For example, like foreign direct investments in other countries. While multilateral relations will involve more than 2 countries in the same region. For example, ASEAN, or Association of Southeast Asian Nations, where the countries in the Southeast Asian region cooperate to get income for the welfare and peace of the member countries, where at first, ASEAN was made for discussions of peace in a conflict between Indonesia and Malaysia. It is now used to further prosper and advance the 10 member states with policies such as AFTA, or ASEAN Free Trade Area. One form of regionalism in Asia is Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, which consists of Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. ASEAN implements various dimensions and dynamics in regionalism, such as economic, social culture, politics, security aspects, and etc. In the economic aspect, ASEAN cooperates in ASEAN Free Trade Area, or AFTA, which is a free trade area. There are no tariff barriers, import duty of 0 to 5%, even the non-tariff barriers for ASEAN member countries through the CEPT-AFTA scheme. The latest development related to AFTA is an agreement to abolish all import duties on goods for Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand in 2010. Also for Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam in 2015. We are going to talk about the Southeast Asian Nuclear Weapon Free Zone Treaty, or the SHAN-WFZ, as the political aspect of their various dimensions in regionalism in Southeast Asia. It is an agreement that regarding the prohibition of nuclear weapon in the Asian countries, which contains the existence of nuclear weapons design and manufacture. This treaty is also known as the Bangkok Treaty of 1995. Which is a nuclear weapons moratorium treaty between 10 Southeast Asian member states under the auspices of the ASEAN, that is Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Another dimension of regionalism is culture. which is implemented in Asian games that many countries gathered and played sport for their own countries, competing against opponents of other countries in the Asian region. The Asian Games have exercised influence over the Asian region, which has been strong enough to change the paradigm of host countries, having substantial socio-cultural effects on various elements of relationships, such as geopolitical-diplomatic relations in the region. Security is something that must be considered more by every country because it involves the sovereignty of the country and the security of its citizens. Security cooperation, especially within the same region, is a very good approach for every country to maintain regional stability from the crime of foreign parties, especially the crime of theft of natural resources. The concept of security cooperation is different from the collective concept of defense. Security cooperation aims to build multilateral businesses without the presumption that there are relations between enemies, while the collective defense emphasizes the formation of military alliances or defense pacts and is directed against specific enemies. Each country has three types of region, namely air, land, and sea. Then every country is obliged to protect its territory from the threat of foreign parties and also maintain the possibility of actors from their country to attack other countries, because the principle of security cooperation is all for all. That is all for today's video. Thank you for listening. Farewell.